Hello and welcome to Country Sports TV. We've got 3 days. We have an election. If we get a large majority Labour government, this could be devastating for country sports. Rumours going around is that animal rights groups are lobbying Labour Party candidates to get the keeping of hounds illegal and banning it. We know the Labour Party set up the Lead Ammunition Group under Gordon Brown when Hilary Benn was the Environment Secretary, and we know the fiasco that was. They met for 3 years. They had a split committee. Luckily, the shooting organisations walked, so we got no lead ban there. The problem is what has to happen with lead to bring in what they call a statutory instrument, which is both groups have to agree. So in this case, it would be the anti-shooting lobby and the shooting community. All the major shooting organisations have signed up to a total lead ban for shooting. Now, if it's going to have that devastating blow on shooting, I think some of those shooting organisations should call for an Act of Parliament. They had an Act of Parliament to ban fox hunting. They should have an Act of Parliament to ban lead shot. Then we can lobby our MPs and maybe put evidence to the committees to try and stop it, to get MPs to understand there is no science to ban lead shot. The Lead Ammunition Group met for 6 years and could not come to a conclusion. They had a list of the scientific papers the Lead Ammunition Group was looking at on the website when John Swift was chairman. I went through those scientific papers, as many as I could read, and I wrote my lead shot gate articles, basically saying that the evidence is already there and that the scientists working with the animal rights groups are trying to persuade and twist the science to get lead banned. Now this is what we've got today. The Lead Ammunition Group, which is still in place, is basically controlled by the Wetlands Trust and the RSPB. They have a list of scientific papers on it. All the independent science that was on the first list have been taken off that proved that lead was not a problem. So all the stuff on there now is anti-lead science. It's bogus. And we have to point this out. You know, I can't do it on my own. I've been fighting this battle for 12 years now. I did have a few organisations that were asking for my advice and my help. They've gone. They're either no more or somehow been persuaded that banning lead is a good idea. We have to stand up for ourselves now. Talk to the candidates, read their stuff, find out which ones are going to be pro-shooting, pro-hunting, pro-fishing, and then cast your vote. Here, where I am in North Somerset, I've got 2 candidates I can vote for. I can vote for the standing MP, which is Liam Fox, or a Lunyag of 19 for the Reform Party, and both of them support country sports. But that's all I can do. It's up to you to work out Which candidate is best for country sports in your constituency? We have 3 days left. Please vote wisely. You know, we have to maintain country sports. The countryside that we've got today is there because of traditional farming and traditional country sports. You go onto a small estate and you've got fishing in the rivers. It's in the interest of the fishermen to keep the rivers clean so the fish thrive. You've got shoots on the hill in the woods and in the copse. It's in their interest to keep the ground good for the pheasants or partridges or whatever they put down. And that also, on top of that, it helps the biodiversity of the area. You know, you feed pheasants and put bird food out. The songbirds also eat that and they thrive. There was a survey done about 12 years ago and the guy took 2 pieces of woodland on a south-facing hill. It was a big shooting estate. The estate was split in 2. So you had the woods on one side and the woods on the other. One was conservation, allegedly, and one was still a shoot. He done a survey of plant life, of songbirds, and of the trees. He found that the greater biodiversity and the more wildlife was on the shoot that was managed. It's that simple. Country sports is good for wildlife. It's in our interest as country sportsmen to look after the countryside. It's also something we do is pest control. Fox control, rabbits, pigeons and crows. Corvids in Wales now cannot be shot. And farmers in Wales, where I used to go shooting, are phoning me up asking if I can go over and shoot crows. And I'm saying, well, I can't now. It's now illegal in Wales. And they're figuring out and trying to get a licence to shoot them. They're devastating the crops. Now, what happens if the Labour Party get in and they decide to do what's in Wales? You know, we produce food to feed ourselves. We're not producing enough food. More and more farming today is going out of production. You know, we have to put a stop to that. We have to produce more of our own food. Then that plays into the hands of these people that want net zero, which is an absolute load of crap. Excuse my gunsmith scientific term there I used. The more food we buy abroad, the greater our carbon footprint. It's unbelievable. You know, we used, after the war, after the Second World War, we have the Ministry of Food, and we produced so much food, we were almost self-sufficient. We still had to import some food, but that idea has just gone out the window now. They want to stop production of milk cows. They say milk cows fart too much and make too much methane, which is destroying the CO2 and the environment and everything. What a load of rubbish. We have to get back to traditional farming and responsible farming, along with country sports. Let us look after the countryside. It's good in our hands. Anyway, vote for the candidate at this election that's going to support country sports. This is Ian, Country Sports TV, signing off, and good luck on Thursday.